Melanie Wilkinson with YorkNewsTimes.com. The TransCanada Company representatives again met with the York County Commissioners on Tuesday morning to talk about an agreement that would simply allow them to use county roads to haul heavy equipment and materials if the pipeline project does proceed through York County and really actually through the state at all. But the York County Commissioners said that they still have some concerns. They say that the agreement might nail them down too much and they want to review it further.
My name is Ben Gottschall, that's Gotschall. I grew up on a ranch in Atkinson, Holt County. My family has a cattle ranch there.
Go ahead.
Well, first of all, I'd like to thank you for letting me come in, and thank you, Chairman Goldgren. Did you get my email that I
did
sent
get
you?
that.
Were you able to look at the article that was attached to that?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay, good. So you got it.
Yeah,
okay,
I did receive
good.
it.
I just wanted to make sure because I could get you a hard copy if you weren't able to read it.
But did you send it to everyone on the
I didn't
board?
send it to everybody,
Okay.
no. So if they wanted to see it, then I can either get that to them.
I
or-
can print it off. And
Okay, that'd be
give
good.
it to everybody.
Thank you. Well, first of all, I just wanted to kind of let you know what I found out. One of the things that I do is I go talk to landowners that are along both Keystone pipeline routes, the Keystone one that's already going through our state, and the Keystone XL that's proposed to go through. And I just wanted you to be aware of some of the things that I found out in talking with them and their dealings with TransCanada, and then also, you know, just kind of say some things about what I think you might need to consider in reviewing this contract, making a decision on this haul route contract. Basically, well, just to give an illustration, I was just up in northeast Nebraska this weekend talking to some folks that have the Keystone One running through their property, and you know, I was talking to them about, you know, easements, contracts, dealings with TransCanada representatives, and I think that it's a good idea for you to, you know, to have this haul route agreement, to have this contract, but I think that you might want to review it further and really ask some important questions and get some important information from TransCanada before you make a decision to sign it. Basically, the way it seems to me is this is an initial offer, so to speak, this contract, and I guess from what I've been told with others that have dealt with TransCanada, don't accept the original offer because it probably is not in your best interest. One of the things that bothers me most about it is the third-party evaluator of the quality of your county roads. To my understanding, that's a third party hired by TransCanada, which I do believe that they should pay for a third party evaluator, but I don't think that they should choose who that third party is. And I think that your county, that York County should be, the people of your county should be the ones who determine, you know, what organizations they want to work, or what, you know, third party organization or third party evaluator. You guys should be the ones that determine that, not TransCanada, because to me that's a clear conflict of interest. You know, obviously in my mind, and I don't know what you think, but a company hired by the company that's going to have to pay for stuff is probably not going to bite the hand that feeds them, so to speak. I just strongly encourage you to look at that part of the contract closely and think about whether that's in the best interest of York County to have a third-party evaluation done by a firm or a company or a person hired by TransCanada. The second thing, well, probably the most basic thing is this decision doesn't really have to be made now. Here we are, it's July. There has not been a final environmental impact statement released by the State Department yet. This project is not even approved. the route of the pipeline has not even been approved. Basically, we don't even know if this pipeline is going to go through Nebraska. We don't even know if it's going to go through York County. We don't even know if it's going to happen yet. So to make a decision now, in my mind, doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. It seems like getting the cart before the horse, and I guess I don't see what the big rush is to get this all signed and approved, other than they're just trying to pull a fast one on you, which seems to be the pattern from the people I've talked to across the state. And I'm sorry that I can't name names and give specific examples, because many of the landowners along the proposed route have been asked, coerced, forced, or otherwise to sign confidentiality agreements that they can't talk about any of the specifics of their dealings with TransCanada. But, as a Sandhills native, I have neighbors and friends, and, I've been there longer than TransCanada has, so, people will say things off the record, and you hear stories about these things that have happened, and, I just, from what I've heard from the people I've talked to, I would just urge you to proceed with caution, and I would not sign this contract today, probably not even anytime soon, at least not until and only if this project is approved by the State Department. In fact, I would strongly urge you to wait until the State Department makes a decision before you make any decisions or sign any agreements with this company. If you have any questions for me, I would be happy to answer them, but that's pretty much what I came here to say.
Any questions? I don't see any, so.
All right, thank you.
Yep, thanks for coming in today. Why don't you both go ahead and state your guys' name each state your name for the record, please.
I'm Tracy Calhoun. I'm the permit specialist on the project.
Okay.
My name is Ron Comas. I'm with the McGrath North Law Office, and we're legal counsel to TransCanada.
Could you spell your last name for the clerk, please?
C-O-M-E-S.
All right, thank you.
Good morning, Commissioner, or Chairman Borgren and other board members. At this time, I'd like to introduce the other people that are with us this morning. We have Jeff Rao with us, who's with Stakeholder Relations, Butch Wallace with EXP Engineering, and Bud Anderson with Stakeholder Relations as well. Thank you.
As members of the board, I think you've been provided some information by the prior speaker. We have not previously seen that information, so we really don't know what you have in front of you. To the extent that there is anything there that's of concern, we would ask that we be asked to look at it and have a chance to respond to it. Is there quite a bit of information
That the previous speaker
Yeah.
handed out? I kind of split it that way, so. Yeah. We can have this available in the clerk's
Okay.
office later after the meeting.
Thank you very much. Contrary to what the prior speaker had indicated, there is really no rush to get this done. But as you might well imagine, a project of this scope requires a lot of planning and a lot of work. We're trying to get this done in an orderly fashion, which is why we're here on the agreement today. I could tell you that this started with a letter that was sent by TransCanada to Don Robb, the highway superintendent, last year, July 16 of 2010. We'll pass those letters around if you could. In that letter, Mr. Robb is told by John Hunt, the land and permit manager for the project, that he wants to share with you our commitment that we will take care of roads in your area that may be affected by our planned construction of the Keystone XL pipeline. It is our goal to provide an overview of our planned approach and to solicit your input as the project moves forward. We understand the importance of roads in conducting business in the county as well as for basic travel and emergency access. We also understand the prominent place roads command in local government budgets. We accept responsibility for repair of damage to roads caused by the installation of pipe and from related construction activities. Keystone is responsible to ensure roads are restored to pre-construction condition. Prior to construction in your area, we seek to have an agreement in place covering pipeline road crossing plans as well as plans for road use, inspection and restoration as required. To facilitate the process, Keystone plans to arrange for third-party inspection of roads that may be used by the project so that both you and we will have a solid basis for evaluation of impacts following construction. Although this work will be done independently by an outside contractor, it will be done at our expense. The results will be shared with you in advance to provide you with an opportunity to review results and address any concerns prior to construction. The agreement will also rely on mutually agreed upon transportation plan for the county, highlighting principal transportation routes for equipment and loads in the county. As part of the agreement, if desired by the county, Keystone is willing to provide protection for county roads in the form of a bond. Our permit specialist is prepared to work with you to develop a reasonable bond amount that provides protection. Similar bonds were in place in several areas for construction of the Keystone Pipeline project in 2008-2009. After constructing nearly 1,100 miles of pipeline in 6 states and some of the wettest weather on record, roads have been restored without any attempt to seek bond money. To minimize impacts on roads from pipeline crossings, the pipeline will be installed by boring under rather than open cutting paved roads, as well as county-maintained gravel roads. Boring will result in minimal or no disruption to traffic and minimal damages from construction. Any damages remain Keystone's responsibility to address. If a road crossing is open cut and restored and later begins to subside due to pipe trench, Keystone is responsible to fix the road or compensate the appropriate road authority. Additionally, Keystone will use appropriate measures to prevent damage to paved roads and to regularly remove excess soil or mud from such roadways during construction. Keystone will work with local road authorities to maintain unpaved roads during construction, including measures such as graveling and blading. Keystone will follow safety plans and temporary signage requirements in accordance with the manual on uniform traffic control devices. Keystone will coordinate road closures with state and local governments and emergency responders, and will acquire all necessary permits authorizing crossing and construction use of county and township roads. Following construction, Keystone will conduct or pay for repairs to restore roads to pre-construction condition. I have asked Tracy Calhoun, our permit specialist in Nebraska, to follow up by contacting you to discuss these matters and any particular areas of concern you may have. Keystone is committed to working cooperatively with you and your county board to ensure your roads are protected. We look forward to working with you on this effort as we move into operation to becoming part of the community. If ever I can be of assistance to you, please do not hesitate to call on me. With kind regards, John Hunt.
Council, can I ask you a question? I thought this haul agreement just concerned itself with over the road usage of our roads.
That is correct.
It does.
Okay, so what did that relevance to the haul agreement? What is relevant?
This letter is where we started the process on the haul route agreement back in July of 2010. So Tracy has worked with the road superintendent. They have identified those roads that TransCanada would propose to use. Tracy has that map here if you'd like to see it. And then we have circulated for the board the proposed form of agreement. And then working with Bill as the county attorney, he had a couple concerns